This has been an interesting week where something that Drew Allar got himself off of social media about a year ago this time. He started the season, when he was on it, whatever. And then he got off social media, and that's really helped him. But I've had people send me articles. I'm not seeking them out in any way, shape, or form. This is one of those where I can do my own preparation. I mean, James is so generous about making sure I can be at everything. So, and so I don't need to read articles about whatever or Instagrams about what somebody sees at practice or whatever. I think what was yesterday's Instagram? I did get this one was sent to me about denied Dennis Sutton. There's something wrong. He's just jogging through a drill. He's jogging through a drill. It's like that's all he's doing. It's like I was sitting there like, oh no, you got to be kidding me. But I guess the Wall Street Journal, and I guess they do write sports articles. The Wall Street Journal wrote an article on Allar. And it's about the quarterback that can't, quote, win the big one or whatever it is. All right. Now, when I get the Wall Street Journal, I'm hoping for advice as to what to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No offense. Or if there's an article about sports, something on the business of sports or something like that, which, they've written some great stuff on the business of sports and so forth. But, it just seems like every time I turn around with Drew, somebody's backhanding him.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize it comes with the position.
Yeah, absolutely. Quarterback position, no question.
Right? But that, he doesn't win big games. Okay, they got to the national semifinals last year.
Yeah.
He had to win something. He had to win some big game somewhere, didn't he?
Yep.
They got to the national semifinal last year. Am I missing something?
No. No, you had to win 2 to get there.
Didn't you have to win some big games
Mm-hmm.
to, number 1, be in the field, and number 2, get that far? Didn't he throw 3 touchdown passes in the quarterfinal game?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the problem is, quote, Boise State's not good enough for people. They're good enough for people when they upset somebody.
Ask Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl many years ago if they're good enough. Yeah.
It's like, okay, great. Hey, now, does he regret where he threw the ball against Notre Dame?
Sure.
With 43 seconds left? Of course he does. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay. People have those moments. All right. Hey, you learn from adversity. And all I know is that he's about to start his 33rd game at quarterback for Penn State. And he's throwing the ball, he's leading. I don't know. Look, I remember when Todd Blackledge was criticized. He won a national championship here. I know it comes with the position, but there's too much piling on with him right now. To me.
Mm-hmm.
To me. I may be wrong. Now he can have a universal feeling from everybody and go out and go 25 or 30 and throw for 300. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And Penn State wins the game and goes, hey, look, see what he did. All right. I understand that. But don't act like he hasn't accomplished anything. Don't act like he hasn't had something to do with the winning around here. I mean, Penn State's won 37 games in 3 1/3 years. They've never done that before.
Right.
Well, he didn't do it just by kneel downs and handoffs. He had something to do with it. And I realize that right now we're doing the low-hanging fruit, which there's a tendency to do, especially with maybe some of the less experienced people out there. Like, oh, well, look, it's like I'll jump on a narrative and then go from there. Now, fortunately, he doesn't read that stuff, but after a while, if you know him, you know what a great guy is. And I think he's done some terrific things here. Now, does he have to do more terrific things? Sure. Because you get into a game like this, one of the keys to winning is that you know who your best players are. Now, you need everybody to play well in a game like this, but you also need your best players to be your best players. Okay?
Absolutely.
You need that. You need your best players to be your best players. Okay. And he, of course, is one of them. So they're going to need him to play really well on Saturday night, just like Oregon needs Dante Moore to play really well on Saturday night. No, but I'm just saying, it's just, I mean, people have been sending me stuff. Believe me, I don't seek anything out. I'm like,
Right.
Okay. In other words, I'm just like reading the headlines, and I'm not, and then I'll maybe look at a paragraph or two. I know where this is going. Boom, done. And I don't think Drew's quoted in any of them, unless it's been like maybe his weekly.
Yeah.
Teleconference.
On Wednesdays. Yeah.
Does he do a weekly one?
He's made available. I don't know if he's made available every week. He's made available. Players are made available, I think, on Wednesdays, right?
Nor should he be made available every week. He has to live a life.
Yep.